Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Bishop, the Tier 5 British SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Overlord and it's under the command of hossballs. Well, the last time we saw hossballs he was being assaulted by an AMD 178B, but well, despite the attentions of the troll, he still managed to get the highest damage in the game. And you can see his Bishop has got 2 marks of excellence on the barrel. So yes, he does play this Arty rather a lot and he likes it. It's actually very accurate, super accurate on the enemy. And from this little position here, well, you're in the fold of the ground, which means you're not immediately visible to the enemy. And most of the enemy tanks the other side of the bowl are within your field of fire. Okay, so he's made a little nest here, knocking a few trees down. Normally it's not a good idea, but in this particular case I do approve because he's made himself a secure area where it's very difficult to see exactly where in the tree he is. And the first target he sees is a T28. It's a tier 5 game. Oh, what a hit! That's a penetrating round, 475, but he was seen by the T28. Yep, so he has to move because if he stays where he was, he would get taken out of the game. Now, the 4.5-inch howitzer is capable of 450 alpha. When he hit that T28, he got a high roll for 475, and that was the end of that guy's game. I think hossballs has found a new spot to fire from. It's a bit more open, but he can still hit the enemy. DSPZ over on the east side takes a round for 135, but he's still moving, so it probably didn't take off his tracks. He's almost ready to shoot again. Rounds out. And another big hit. 216 this time. Now the reload time is around about 10 to 12 seconds if I remember correctly. And the DZ is now being chased by an AMX ELC. He's gone in for the ram on a Stug and died in the process. Not before he actually did the Stug a little bit of damage. And we're now looking at a Panzer 3J, the other side of the bowl. Our P43 spotted him. He's having to do a leading shot because the guy's moving and he gets a hit for 175. As you can see, you don't need much lead on targets, and that guy was stationary there and he's still there because he just got hit. There was no explosion, so we know it's a blind hit, and you can see hossballs stay with the shot to see if it actually hit the target. Okay, we've got a Chi-He now. Right up at the edge, he fires a round in. A hit for 123, all useful. It didn't track him though because he's still moving. Enemy tanks falling. That was the T28 that he hit a short while ago. The Chi-He's being a bit difficult to pin down, but he's now dead, and that was a penetrating round as well. 417 from that shot alone. Got a T6 medium moving up on our ELC, who's having to drop back into the bowl, and unfortunately hossballs' shot didn't hit the target there, but he's lining up another one. Here we go. Rounds out, and no, that one didn't hit, but it was close, and he's now going back in on that M6, lining it up, ready for another shot. Rounds out, this time should hit. Oh, another big one, 213, and potentially he's got the high caliber. Now, there are some enemy tanks lining up on the east side to try and come down that corridor. I think he's noticed that. I noticed as well because I watch my minimap a lot to keep paying attention to what's going on the battlefield. He fires at the Panzer 3J and kills him. And the Covenanters are one shot as well. He's gone. We've got a KV-1 now. That's a Soviet heavy tank, tier 5. First round goes in, doesn't kill him. That T6 medium's a one shot as well, but I think hossballs is going to focus on this KV-1 because he's still got a lot of health. That's a hit. 144. He's tracked. You can see that. He's lining up another shot. Rounds out. Another hit. Keeps him tracked. Keeps him in place. It's the death by 1,000 cuts when you're being focused by an Arty that can fire this quickly. And even if you burn your repair kit, it probably won't help you because you'll probably get tracked with the next shot anyway, and then you've got no chance of escaping. Rounds out the KV-1 again, and another hit. 2 more hits, and maybe 1 if he's lucky, if he gets a high roll. Here he goes. Rounds out. And it hit the target, but it didn't kill him. But it has now made him a 1-shot. And there you go. There's the shot that kills him. It actually came from the Stug. Bit of a kill steal there from our partner, but of course we won't mind that. There's only 5 enemies left. And some of them are right at the back of the map. There's a BT7 that might just be within range. Oh, it's maximum range. He fires it in. And the BT7 is killed before the shell arrives. So it looks like hossballs is now going to have to move up if he's going to get close enough to actually get shots on the enemy. And he's doing that while in the aim mode, while in battle assistant. I know some players like doing it like this way. They come back, you know, from looking down on themselves and the battlefield. Of course, there is the problem if you drive over an obstruction or a rock or something like that, you might flip the vehicle if you're not watching carefully enough to what's going on. Okay, you can just about see the enemy Arty ahead, the M41. I'm not sure if he's in maximum range, but he might give a shot on that spot. If the M41's not moved from his position, then he might be vulnerable. Okay, so he's now putting the reticule on the minimap. You can see exactly where the M41 was last seen. He's just going to put that marker over the spot, and that should be where the enemy is. Okay, that looks to be about right, and we see on the screen, yes, it's that bush. Oh, he was there! He just did a blind shot kill from the minimap. Perfect. Love those shots. Killing an enemy who's not seen, who you don't know for certain are there, but they were there earlier and they didn't move. Well, they paid the price for it. There are now only 3 enemies left. They're all tank destroyers, an Su-85B, a Marder 38T, and the last one is a Stug 3B. The Stugs down by the beach, supposedly, and the other 3, well, the other 2 rather, they're up on the east side of the map. There's the Marder. Okay, he's just within range. Rounds out. Ah, kill shot, 1 shot in, and there's the Su-85B alongside him. Will he get that kill as well? If he does, this will be 5 kills for the game. Rounds out. He gets a wounds him for 69. He's moving. Can he get the shot in before the Su-76 gets there? He fires 1 in. Yes! And that leaves just 1 left, the Stug 3B, and we don't know where he is because they haven't found him down by the beach. So presumably he must be over in the east side of the map. The Panzer 3J is firing in that direction. hossballs scanning the area. He's firing blind now on bushes which he suspects might be where the Stug is located. Stug's not firing back. I think he's trying to get shots on the guys in the cap. Of course, the moment he does come into sight, hossballs will be on him. Hossballs doesn't need to move much further forward. In fact, actually, it probably isn't advisable to move further forward, because if he did, he would expose himself to fire from that Stug 3B. Better stay hidden just inside the bowl, just beneath the ridgeline, so that the enemy can't see him at all. KV-1's moving in to have a look. Well, they capped out, so game's over. We didn't find out where the Stug 3B is, but I suspect he was probably in that area anyway. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for hossballs in the Bishop. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5, just 1 short of getting a Top Gun. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 21. And he also picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall, and his win rate from that battle was 13,903. That's Super Unicum standard and some on top. In fact, that's a very high standard indeed. Let's have a look at team score. Oh my god, look at this. 3,277 hit points of damage. Nobody else was anywhere near him. The highest scorer other than him was the SU-85B with 1,760, and then the Marder 38T with 1,050, and those are the only players to get over 1,000 hit points. hossballs just nuked their score. When it came to kills, again he had 1/3 of the enemy team, 5 kills for him, 3 kills for the P43, and for the SU-85B, 2 kills for the Marder 38T and the Covenanter. And when it came to base XP, he was the only player to get over 1,000 base, 1,001 for the Bishop for hossballs, 643 for the P43, 540 for the Matilda. He fired 25 rounds in that game, got 17 direct hits, 3 penetrations, 16 splash, damage of 3,277 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 5, and did 124 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 49,052 credits from the game, and after ammunition resupply, and it's fairly cheap ammunition, he actually ended up with a profit of 42,802 credits. He received 1,501 XP, there was no multipliers, and that's all the experience points he took away. But yes, it just goes to show hossballs is very accurate with the Bishop, and I would not be surprised to see that he's got his 3rd mark of excellence sometime in the future when he's getting win 8 scores like this. In fact, he'll probably be joining a select group of people who've got the 3rd mark on their Bishop, because I have seen 3rd mark Bishops before, but it does take a lot of practice to get as good to actually get your 3rd mark on this Arty, because a lot of people play the Bishop and enjoy it. In fact, a lot of those people who do play the Bishop not only get top guns and high calibers, they get Radley Walters medals and Pools medals because they tear the enemy apart with that 4.5-inch howitzer. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. And thanks for watching.